Imagine stepping into a public restroom and never coming out. No sounds of a struggle, no witnesses, just gone. This is exactly what happened to 23-year-old Stephen Clark on December 28, 1992, in the small town of Saltburn-by-the-Sea, England. For nearly 3 decades, his case remained a complete mystery, until a shocking turn of events in 2020, when his own elderly parents were arrested for his murder. But despite the accusations, no body has ever been found, and no concrete evidence has surfaced to confirm what really happened to Stephen Clark. Was it a tragic accident, a carefully planned disappearance, or a murder that remained hidden for decades? Today, we're diving deep into one of the UK's strangest missing person cases. Stephen Clark was a 23-year-old man living in Marske-by-the-Sea, England. He wasn't just an average young man. His life had already been marked by hardship. At the age of 4, Stephen had been involved in a serious accident that left him partially paralyzed on one side of his body. As a result, he walked with a noticeable limp and had limited movement in one of his arms. Despite these challenges, Stephen was known for his friendly nature and determination. On December 28, 1992, Stephen went for a walk with his mother, Doris Clark, along the coast of Saltburn-by-the-Sea, a town known for its quiet beaches and historic pier. According to his mother, the two were walking along the promenade when Stephen mentioned needing to use the restroom. They stopped near the pier, where there was a public restroom facility, one entrance for men and another for women. Doris claimed she waited outside while Stephen entered the men's restroom. And then, nothing. Minutes passed, then more and more. Stephen never came back out. At first, his mother assumed he might have just been taking a little longer, but as time went on, she began to worry. She eventually entered the women's side of the restroom, looking for any sign of him. Nothing. No one had seen him leave. Stephen had vanished into thin air. When Stephen failed to return home, his parents reported him missing. Police launched a massive search effort, combing through the beaches, nearby streets, and even the sea. But they found nothing. There was no evidence to suggest he had been abducted. No signs of a struggle, no witnesses, and no CCTV footage. One of the earliest theories was that Stephen may have fallen into the sea and drowned. But there was a major problem with this theory. Bodies from drowning cases typically surface within days or weeks. Yet, despite extensive water searches, Stephen's body was never found. Another theory was that Stephen had simply run away, that for some reason he had chosen to vanish and start a new life. But that theory didn't hold up either. His bank account remained untouched. He had no passport, no money, and no clear reason to disappear. The case went cold. For nearly 3 decades, Stephen Clark's disappearance was nothing more than an unsolved mystery, a strange footnote in the long list of missing persons cases, until everything changed in 2020. After 28 years, police reopened the case when they received new information. What this information was has never been publicly revealed. But what happened next shocked the entire country. Stephen's elderly parents, Doris and Charles Clark, were arrested on suspicion of his murder. Yes, the very people who had spent nearly 3 decades publicly grieving their missing son were now being treated as suspects. Police thoroughly searched the Clark home, looking for any potential evidence linking them to Stephen's death. However, after months of investigation, something unexpected happened. The case was dropped. No body had been found. No direct evidence of murder had been uncovered. The Clarks were released without charges, and the case remains unsolved to this day. What do you think happened to Stephen Clark? Let's examine the possibilities. Did he run away? It's possible Stephen chose to start a new life, but without money, Idaho, or known connections, this theory seems unlikely. Would he really have left behind everything, including his grieving parents, for nearly 30 years? Did he have an accident? Some believe he may have fallen into the sea, but bodies from drowning accidents usually surface. His never did. Did his parents cover up his death? Police clearly had some reason to arrest them, but they never disclosed what the new evidence was. If the Clarks were truly involved, why would they have reported Stephen missing in the first place? A random act of violence? Could Stephen have been abducted or attacked by someone unknown? To this day, Stephen Clark remains missing. No body, no answers, just a decades-old mystery that refuses to be solved. Was this a tragic accident, a sinister murder, or something else entirely? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep dive true crime mysteries like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video.